Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope you're doing well, inshallah. So recently I came across a video of Muhammad Hijab talking about the book Dawkins Deselected, which was written by Subboor Ahmad, a close colleague of his in Sapiens Institute and a close friend. And I thought it was important to talk about this because recently I've had thumbnails on YouTube that I've come across where it has my face on there and either a picture of Muhammad Hijab next to me or some text associating me closely with Muhammad Hijab. And these videos I've been coming across have been from all different viewpoints, from all different channels, and I think it's important for me to address that this video that I saw of Muhammad Hijab talking about the book Dawkins Deselected is a prime example of the massive disagreements I have with Muhammad Hijab's approach, and I thought I'll go through them now. So the first one is, I think the delivery was absolutely atrocious by Muhammad Hijab, and this is a massive issue I have with Muhammad Hijab, the way he delivers the material that he's preaching. He was throwing books left, right and center in a very dismissive manner, and that comes across with incredible disrespect, the way he did that. And go watch the video for yourself and tell me that was a respectful video by Muhammad Hijab if you disagree. And something else that was atrocious in that video was him calling out David Attenborough. He makes nature documentaries around the world and he is 90 plus years old. So throwing a book in an aggressive manner and calling out a 90-year-old man and saying and being very rude about this 90-year-old man, I think that is not acceptable. That doesn't befit the character of the followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it needs to be called out for what it is. It is disrespectful, arrogant behavior. And something that he said about David Attenborough was David Attenborough's documentaries affect the iman, the belief of the Muslims. Now, Muhammad Hijab, he doesn't get called out for his extraordinary claims that he constantly makes, and what that results in is him being empowered and emboldened to make even more extraordinary claims, even more. So this is a prime example. He's saying the documentaries of the 90-year-old plus man, David Attenborough, is affecting the belief of the Muslims. I have yet to come across a single Muslim that says that, and I think it's absolutely disgusting that for absolutely no reason, in a climate where there is tensions between the white British community and the British Muslim community, and during these situations you need leaders who are there to help build bridges and lessen the tensions and act in a responsible manner. And this is yet another example of Muhammad Hijab not living up to that standard and causing further tensions, further unnecessary tensions, I'd like to add, and yeah, unnecessary causing issues and drama. I saw in a very similar vein to what he did in Leicester, where he went over to Leicester when there was tensions between the Muslim and the Hindu community in Leicester, and despite receiving multiple instances of advice and warnings from the Muslim community of Leicester that they don't want him to be associated with them, and this is not the right way to go about doing things, and he should not be going. He goes and gets himself into a whole lot of trouble with the whole situation with Douglas Murray and The Spectator. And yeah, how did that help things, and how is this helping things now? I'd really like to know. There was a situation where Muhammad Hijab platformed himself on Sneako's channel, or vice versa, and he was discussing about the far right in the UK, and he was talking about how they only target areas where, you know, there's Muslim minorities, and he was directly challenging the far right to come to Muslim dominated areas and bring their violence there.
Some people in a hotel, and they're like, what are you doing? Attacking this one at a hotel, or trying to get like an organized protest. Go to the, if you hate immigrants, go to the immigrant areas and show the placards there. Go to Alam Rock, go to Birmingham, I'll see what you're gonna do there. Go to Tower Hamlets. I've never seen them in Tower Hamlets. I've never seen them in Harrow Road. I've never seen them in Kilburn. I've never seen them in South London. I've never seen a single flag here in South London. If I'm trying to convert people, if I'm trying to convince people that are not white immigrants to get out and stuff, we'll go to the immigrant areas. How comes you're not in the immigrant areas? Come to the immigrant areas. Why don't you, the far right, come to the immigrant areas? Because you know what's going to happen. Wallah, you know what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you'll get battered. That's what's going to happen. Physical. I'm telling you, you go to the immigrant areas, you will get battered. Physical. Yes, you will. You will get battered.
Yeah. Well,
and you know
hopefully that doesn't happen.
The other thing is, he said that Subboor Ahmad, who wrote the book, has completely disqualified Richard Dawkins, and Richard Dawkins has no qualifications to be talking about this area, and Subboor Ahmad has completely demolished, like basically implying Subboor Ahmad has completely demolished Richard Dawkins' legacy. Now, I'm not a fan of Richard Dawkins, but this is embarrassing, to be honest. Richard Dawkins is a prominent evolutionary biologist, and has had ample qualifications to prove himself in the region of evolutionary biology, in the scientific field of evolutionary biology. So Dawkins, he received a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate in zoology, which is a science discipline in the umbrella of biology. And he was an assistant professor and went on to become a professor at Oxford for zoology. To contrast this, Subboor Ahmad does not have a degree or any prominent qualifications to the level of a degree in any science discipline. Subboor Ahmad has claimed to have a degree in engineering, and then he has qualifications in philosophy, and he's trying to specialize in the philosophy of science. Now, this is not, having a degree in philosophy or qualifications in philosophy doesn't give you the qualification expertise to be able to critique the nitty-gritty details of evolutionary biology and evolutionary science. So I find it frankly remarkable the way Muhammad Hijab is delivering his speech on Dawkins Deselected, thumping his chest, throwing books left, right and centre, and claiming Dawkins has been deselected and ridiculing him and saying he's not up to the standard of Subboor Ahmad in evolutionary biology, when Dawkins is one of the most prominent scientists of our time in the field of evolutionary biology, and Subboor Ahmad doesn't have a single qualification in science discipline, let alone evolutionary biology. So as much as I dislike Richard Dawkins, we have to be fair and we have to call this out for what it is. It's showmanship, it's arrogance, and it's shameful behavior by Muhammad Hijab. And yeah, I want to say categorically that, of course, he's going to be a brother in Islam. He's done some great work. The brother's done some great work in terms of his contributions to the Sapiens Institute, and in different areas of the Sapiens Institute, some of the work that they've done is really good and exceptional. I haven't used so much of it myself, but I know other brothers I'm close with that do draw upon those resources, and I think he should be commended for that and for his efforts in Speaker's Corner. I myself have gone to Speaker's Corner. I know how challenging it is to be in that environment where you're facing all types of enemies, and I think he's done a good job on the whole in representing a lot of Muslim positions in Speaker's Corner, but it needs to be called out.